Magic anime where main character is an overpowered transfer student is a great combination of two anime genres that no one can argue about its epicness. Firstly, magic is the use of gestures, incantations, or rituals to control some kind of superpowers. Transfer student in magic anime series, usually known as mages, witches, or wizards, and they often seen in anime as a trainee, to be able to use these powers, or with searching for magical items, or fighting against strange foes or other mages. So you want a list of magic anime with an overpowered transfer student or character, then you should check out this recommendation video. Based on the manga series by Hiromitsu Takeda, this romantic comedy is about Takeru Ayama, a typical perverted teenage boy. His new school doesn't require entrance exams, and it just turned co-ed. Unfortunately, his dreams of a happy high school life are dashed when he finds out the school is much more than it seems. All of the students wield a special item, a Makin, to unleash their magical abilities in duels. Can Takeru find a Makin that works for him? Even while trying to fit in at a new school and dealing with all kinds of girl problems? When an extraterrestrial organism known as Savage attacks mankind, the only technology capable of combating the enemy is a weapon known as 100. A survivor of a Savage attack, Hayato Kisaragi is a teenager boasting the highest compatibility level with the aforementioned technology, and as a result, is invited to master his skills at Little Garden, a prestigious military academy aboard a battleship. Over the course of his intense training for the battle ahead, he immediately attracts the interest of multiple female peers and gets drawn into a number of incidents as he tries to fight against the creatures that now inhabit Earth and threaten its safety. Midgar, all-girl academy, would have been notable just for the action of accepting its first and only male student, Yuuou Monono. But Midgar stands out for much more than that. It's a school exclusive to a group of girls known as Bees. Each of them have extremely powerful abilities in generating dark matter and manipulating it into powerful weaponry. The D's didn't exist 25 years ago and only appeared after a number of mysterious, destructive monsters known as dragons started appearing around the world. Strangely, just as suddenly as they appeared, they vanished. In their destructive way, some girls started being born with symbols on their bodies and powers similar in nature to those wielded by the dragons themselves. Now the D's attend this school, hoping to harness and utilize their powers against the dragons. Yuuou is their latest member and is extraordinary for being the only known male D in existence. Now he must forge relationships with the girls around him, including his long-separated sister who attends the school as well, and work with them to investigate and eliminate the threat of the powerful dragons. About 30 years prior to the start of Hagure Yuusha no Aesthetica, a number of selected people from Earth were summoned to other worlds, with only about half of them being able to return. One of the young people chosen was Akatsuki Isawa, who was sent to a laser to defeat the Dark Lord Grisaia, which he did, before returning to his original world. Some of the successful chosen ones brought back little trinkets as souvenirs. Akatsuki, on the other hand, went a different route. He brought back the defeated Dark Lord's daughter, Miu, who is now posing as his long-lost little sister. Upon returning, Akatsuki and Miu are forced to join a special school called Babel, where they must train to one day master the powers they gained in a laser, in hopes that they will one day be able to serve mankind. Will Akatsuki and Miu be able to keep her true identity a secret, or will their plan to live peaceful lives together go up in flames? Riding the bus one day, Sakurakauji Sakura looks out the window to see people being burned alive with a blue fire and a boy her age who's unharmed and standing over the people. She comes back to the site the next day, and there are no corpses or evidence of any kind of murder, just a small fire. She then goes to class to find there's a new transfer student, Igami Rei, who looks exactly like the boy she saw before and wears a black glove only on his left hand. Igami is a code breaker, one who does not exist. He is a seemingly cold-blooded killer who follows the principle of an eye for an eye, to use evil against evil. Convinced that killing is not right, Sakurakauji sets out to stop him and penetrate his icy heart. In a post-apocalyptic world overrun with mutated beasts called Limbicune or filth monsters, humanity is forced to live in large mobile cities called Regios and learn to use special weapons called Dai by harnessing the power of K to defend themselves. In the academy city of Dwelny, Lathan Olsif is hoping to start a new life and forget his past. However, his past has caught the attention of Carrion Loss, the manipulative student council president, and Nina Antic, a military arts student and captain of the 17th Military Arts Platoon, who instantly recognizes his abilities and decides he's the perfect candidate to join her group. However, with a secret past that won't leave him alone and unknown powers beyond normal, Lathan just might not take it. One day, the bright red sun stopped shining, causing the breakdown phenomenon, the destruction of Arata Kasuga's town, and the disappearance of the people inhabiting it. All, however, is not yet lost. By utilizing the magical grimoire given to him by his childhood friend and cousin Hagure Kasuga, Arata's world gets artificially reconstructed. In order to investigate the phenomenon, Lilith Asami appears before Arata, whose artificial world suddenly disintegrates. He is given two choices: hand over the book or die. However, Arata chooses the third option, enrolling in the top-secret magic school Royal Biblia Academy, where 6 other magical users await him. Together with Lilith, these 6 form the Trinity Seven, the elite of the school who each bolster their own power and skill. With the ambition to save Hagure and the help of his newfound friends, Arata stops at nothing to prevent the destruction of his beloved hometown and to bring his best friend back. Yuji Kazami is a transfer student who has just been admitted into Mahama Academy. He wants to live an ordinary high school life, but this dream of his may not come true anytime soon, as Mahama Academy is quite the opposite. Consisting of only the principal and 5 other students, all of whom are girls, Yuji becomes acquainted with each of them, discovering more about their personalities as socialization is inevitable. Slowly, he begins to learn about the truth behind a small group of students occupying the academy. They each have their own share of traumatic experiences which are tucked away from the world. Mahama Academy acts as a home for these girls. They are the fruit which fell from their trees and have begun to decay. It is up to Yuji to become the catalyst to save them from themselves, but how can he save another when he cannot even save himself? Kenshi Masaki has been kidnapped and brought to the world of Juminer by a mysterious group. To get back home, he agrees to help them assassinate the newly crowned empress of the Shreyu Empire, Lashara Asu XVIII, using a giant robot called a sacred mechanoid. As her army fights them off, Lashara takes note of Kenshi's abilities and demands that her attacker be captured alive, only to find out that the pilot is male, which is extremely rare on Juminer. Believing it to be a waste to kill him, she makes Kenshi her attendant. As the Empress's new servant, Kenshi is required to accompany Lashara to the Holy Land, an academy where sacred mechanoid pilots hone their skills. His arrival attracts attention, but Kenshi is unaware that something sinister is brewing within the academy, and it could plunge the entire world into war. Dreaming of changing the world for good, Akuto Sai transfers to Constant Magic Academy, where he befriends a virtuous ninja clan member, Junko Hattori. On the way to the academy, they vow to make the world a better place together. However, the situation suddenly takes a turn for the worse. Upon his arrival, it is prophesied that he will become the Demon King. As word of his destiny spreads, the school begins to fear him, and Junko's trust in him falters. While Akuto is determined to not let his predicted future control his fate, it seems as though everything he says and does only serve to reinforce the fact that he is destined to be the Demon King. Moreover, he is surrounded by a harem of beautiful girls who each have their own plans for him, ranging from bringing him to justice to simply showering him with love. With his newly awakened powers, Akuto must cope with his constantly growing list of misfortune and fight to prove that his fate is not set in stone. So what do you think of this list? Their name, and which is your favorite magic anime where main character is an overpowered transfer student? Comment below and let us know. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more anime related content. I'll see you next time here in Anitude.